So in this video, I'm going to explain insulin and diabetes and how to prevent diabetes with semaglutide. So first, we're going to talk about insulin. So we become diabetics from not eating properly. It can be genetics, but in the United States, it is extremely common, and it's becoming more and more and more common. And what's sad is we can't actually prevent diabetes. And how do we do that? By controlling the weight. So these new meds, GLP-1s, tirzepatide, semaglutide, can actually prevent that diabetes. But the insurance companies and a lot of mainly insurance companies don't want to prevent this. So we're going to still have diabetes. So you see insulin. So the insulin is being placed in our systems because our pancreas, this little tiny cell that's in our pancreas, that is not producing insulin as well anymore. So we actually have two types of insulin that we need in our bodies. One is a long acting that just all day long is there and it's going to produce insulin, which controls our sugars. The other one is for our meals. So what happens, we eat and it spikes up, our sugar spikes up, then our insulin's going to go up, drag that down, and it's going to keep it regulated. So we test our blood sugars. Usually you have your fasting and then you have your meal time that you check. So we take insulin to control these. Well, we want that beta cell to start working. So what happens over time is that beta cells quit working. That's where the insulin comes in. So we need that insulin to basically stay alive. Here's another little tidbit of information. Most people don't know they're a diabetic until about 5 years of having high blood sugars. So a lot of times the damage is already done by the time you're diagnosed with diabetes. So it's really important to go to the doctor, go to a provider, and actually get your blood sugars and stuff tested. Diabetes is very serious. There's a lot of damage that can be done with it. So it's very important to make sure that you're getting your A1Cs checked and you are getting your blood sugars checked, getting the cholesterol checked, because all of that kind of rolls into that obesity. So being a diabetic is not just a one factorial thing. It is very important. But insulin is very costly and it can be hard to get at times. So if we can prevent it, that's important. So I remember 3 years ago when I started this whole semaglutide journey, people were getting really upset because they couldn't get semaglutide. At the time, it was Ozempic for diabetes. And everybody was complaining, oh my gosh, the people are getting semaglutide or stealing it from the people that are trying to use it for diabetes. But I kept saying to myself, oh, it would be great to use this specifically for prevention of diabetes. Why do we need to wait for somebody to be a diabetic when we can actually try to prevent people from becoming a diabetic? So now I've seen that turn to let's prevent it. So insulin is very important, and insulin is something that, we do need. But insulin in itself does not cause us to be obese. Insulin can actually help control those blood sugars. But as a nurse practitioner and being in the medical field for 30 plus years now, I still see people that are diabetic, still on insulin, still have a lot of obesity issues. Since you made it to the end of this video, I know you like the content. Subscribe for more.